Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, September 1st, 2022, and we're throwing it back to 50 years ago today. September 1st, 1972, chess prodigy Bobby Fischer became the first ever American to win the World Chess Championship at, I believe, the ripe old age of like 24, beating the vaunted Russian Boris Spassky. They said it couldn't be done. American couldn't beat the Russians, not at chess. That's our game. 1972, Cold War, U.S. versus Russia. A few years later, it would be the U.S. hockey team beating the Russian hockey team. This was Bobby Fischer, the American kid, the rude, demanding, petulant American kid, upstart, beating the vaunted Russians at their own game. It was huge. The championship match, I remember that summer. It took all summer, went on for months. They played like 20-something games, took the whole summer. Then on September 1st, finally, that was the final game, and Fischer won the championship. And, after that, Bobby Fischer was never the same. Well, wasn't much the same before that. He was always way out there. But he never really played chess again. I know a few years later they scheduled a defense of his world title a few years later to play, I think, another Russian for a world championship, but World Chess Federation or whoever wouldn't meet all his demands. And so he refused to play and forfeited his title, and he became a recluse. Not that he wasn't already. He was famous for saying, "I don't need friends. I don't need people. I don't talk to anybody. I don't have to do anything." He had very short-tempered, had little patience for people. It was like, people are idiots. He said he never liked being called a chess champion. He said, chess champion? No, a chess genius. Never liked being called a chess genius. He said, I'm not a chess genius. I'm a genius who happens to play chess. There are plenty of chess geniuses, like the guy who just beat Spassky for the world championship. That's all they can do is chess. So he's an idiot. This is who he was. Uncouth, rude, New Yorker. Sound familiar? Did not run for president, however. However, Bobby Fischer, millions of people took up chess after Fischer. High school dropout, by the way, another great lesson for business owners, especially all this brouhaha about repaying, college loans, people that are sleeping in mommy's basement, but they got their 4-year piece of paper and they're useless major and they can't do anything with it, and they're a barista, or they're sleeping on the couch playing video games, complaining no one will give me a job. Like Mark Zuckerberg, what did he go to, like 1 year college? Bill Gates, maybe 1 year of college. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. Well, Bobby Fischer dropped out of high school at 16. I think he won his first national chess championship. He was like 13 or 14. So by 16, he was, I remember quotes, things like, all the teachers are stupid, homework, waste of time, classes are a waste of time, this whole thing is a waste of time, and he would just hang out in the chess clubs. Another big lesson, he took losing better than almost anybody. Obviously he hardly lost. He was, fantastic. He was famous for like playing 50 games of chess at once against 50 masters and just walking around on the inside of a square of tables of 50 masters sitting in their chairs on the outside in front of a chessboard. And he would walk around, look at the board, make a move, go to the next one, make a move, and the other player just had to make a move. By the time Bobby Fischer came back around, he would beat them all. Hardly ever lost. But he said, losing, whatever. So you lose. You always learn something from it. That's a great lesson right there for business owners. The fact that you don't need schooling, you don't need degrees, you don't need that BS. You're not in it to make friends. He wasn't in chess and playing in the championships to make friends. He said that. He said, I'm here to win, period. I'm here to do what I do. And he made all kinds of demands. I remember when one of the matches he lost in the World Championship, might even be one of the first ones, he said he couldn't concentrate because of all the TV cameras. Because this was a big deal. An American who could possibly, this upstart genius American could possibly beat the vaunted Russians at chess for the first time ever in the World Championship. The World Championship chess has been around over 100 years or so. And so, it's big news. I remember watching, it was on PBS. I was in New York as a kid, and it was on PBS, and they would have a guy, this match was in Reykjavik, Iceland, I think it was, the Bobby Fischer match in 1972, that summer. And the guy would be in the studio in PBS in New York, and they have a chessboard on the wall, And he'd be like, hang on, a move is coming in. Oh, it's queen to, bishop 2 or whatever the heck. And then he'd move the little piece on the board. And, oh, wow, what do you think? He's doing this. He's pressing that. He's defending this. The counter might be there 10 minutes. Like, what's Spassky going to do with it? This was a big deal. But I think one of the earliest matches when Fischer lost, he went crazy and blamed it on the TV cameras, that they're making too much noise, or they're in my face, or they're moving around. Get rid of them. And he demanded get rid of the cameras. That's why the thing was done this way. It was just shown like, we're getting a move, and they move it on a board. You could not see the actual match. He said, get rid of the cameras. He was like, he wanted his chair. He wanted, the audience had to be a certain distance away so they could stay quiet and they wouldn't bother him. He made all these demands that nobody ever did before. So it's another great lesson there for business owners. Like, stand up for yourself. Like, what's the alternative? Fail and then complain later? Bobby Fischer was like, oh, no, you don't. Anything that he thought was going to cut into his edge, was going to give his opponent an edge, right? He's like, get rid of that. Again, that's why he never played again. They couldn't meet his demands. He also demanded, I think they doubled the prize money or he wouldn't play. And so some private benefactor or something donated like however much money to double the prize fund. And he said, I don't really even care about chess. And I think, I remember I was reading something about it. The guy was like, I don't even really care about chess. And Bobby Fischer, I think he's insane. He's a lunatic. But this is bigger than just about chess. This is U.S., Russia, Cold War. We got to win this thing. And if that's what he wants, and he donated some more money. It was only like $100,000 or something was the whole prize fund, or the first prize or whatever. But back then, that was good money. That was before baseball players were making 10, 20, 30, 50 million a year. Making six figures was really good. Top players were making that. So he was as if he was a top Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays. He was like a top star athlete. This kid from New York, this recluse, he was called everything: rude, arrogant, obnoxious, petulant, boom, ba-ba. Well, possibly even, mentally ill. I think, he died young. He died a recluse. He probably died angry and frustrated and miserable, and that probably didn't help his longevity, having that negative attitude and always being upset. So another good lesson for business owners: make sure you take time to smell the roses, enjoy your victories. Most of us do not. When we get a victory, we go right on to the next one. We don't celebrate. Take the time, smell the roses. If you're building a successful business, celebrate, enjoy. Hang out around other successful business owners who are growing and doing the same, and celebrate with each other. Don't be a recluse. Don't be overdramatic, rude, arrogant, Bobby Fischer recluse type. It's going to cut into your enjoyment of life, and certainly that, and likely your longevity. So whole bunch of lessons, whole bunch of parallels between Bobby Fischer and an entrepreneur. Chess is a solo game like an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur's in charge. There's not really a lot of handbooks on being an entrepreneur. It's not a team thing. Obviously, you put a team around you and you have team members and employees, but buck stops with you. And Bobby Fischer had all that pressure of being in charge, making all decisions for his life, for his career. It's a lot of pressure. And so a lot of lessons. Check it out, look him up. There's been movies about him, books about him. I'm sure the internet's filled with websites about him. A lot of great lessons and cautionary tales from Bobby Fischer, who lit the world on fire, certainly the U.S. and Russia, 50 years ago today, when he officially became the first American to win the International World Chess Championship, September 1st, 1972. I'm smiling because I remember that summer. Man, I would go home from school. I mean, there was a match every other day or something. I'd go home from school and turn on that PBS and stare at a ridiculous chessboard on a wall, and a guy going like this for 3 hours, like, wait, we have a move. I was watching that. Like, man. He knew how to get attention. He knew how to, even when he, quote, didn't want it, he knew how to be an outlaw, be a rebel. Break all the rules, get all the attention, change the game, change the sport, change the world. That's what top entrepreneurs do. Nowadays, you can look at, Elon Musk. I was going to say Trump. He's no longer an entrepreneur, but now he's a politician doing the same thing, breaking the rules, breaking the norms, being the outsider. Like, not easy, but man, most successful entrepreneurs, that's where it's at. Bobby Fischer, great example. Check him out. That'll do it for Throwback Thursday. First day of the last third of the year, September 1st, 2022. I will catch you back here again tomorrow on Foundation Friday. Thanks for being here today. Over and out. Checkmate.